Hi there. Hope you are doing well. So here we have the same text with a different question. So let's look at the direction for question. So what does the direction for question points out here? Answer the following questions based on the information given below. So hope you understood the text. Uh, so the text is nothing but kind of means what do we say that informative one, and you can say that persuasive one, informative and persuasive one. So, and we understood also how does the passage talk about um, the challenges that um, higher education faces due to funding cuts at the COVID-19, isn't it? So we also find out means it indicates about mm, the in means what do we say that the humanities can help, and how does the author point out about uh, the kind of situation that occurs to them, occurs to this um, private colleges or public higher education, right? So let's jump to the question. So what does the question point out here? The question stated here: what is the potential consequence of the enrollment cliff mentioned in the passage? Isn't it? Enrollment cliff. If you see that the question seeks to identify, the question seeks to identify what the potential consequences or potential consequence of the enrollment cliff mentioned in the passage. Well, let's see that where does this enrollment cliff is pointed. So it has given in the 1, 2, 3, 4. So fourth paragraph, second line, enrollment cliff. Okay. So here you could find out this enrollment cliff. So what does it say? This has far from solved the longer term institutional challenges of the untenable funding model of privatization, coupled with the demographic shifts that leave particular regions vulnerable to the enrollment cliff, is a projected drop in the number of students attending college that looms by 2026 due to the precipitous decline in the US birth rate from 2008 to 2011. Well, let's see that. Mm, so we need to find out that which one option that considered the potential consequence of the enrollment cliff mentioned in the passage. So look at the first option. The first option stated what? Uh, a rise in public funding for colleges and universities. So this rise in public fundings for colleges and universities. So this choice actually misinterprets, right? Misinterprets the passage, which does not actually suggest an increase in public, doesn't doesn't suggest doesn't suggest you could say that in increase in public funding, but rather discusses the decline decline in public funding as a challenge. So you could say that this first option cannot be called as accurately fit into the potential consequence of the enrollment cliff. Um, Now, look into the option two. What does it say? A decline in numbers of students attending college. Now, if I look into this particular option, a decline in the number of students attending in the college. Now, if you see that, here it is stated, coupled with demographic shifts that leave particular regions vulnerable to the enrollment cliff, a projected drop in the number of students attending college, which is given here, isn't it? Now, option two would be called as a potential consequence, decreasing the number of students attending college. So now, if we look into this option two, it is indicating as a projected drop in the number of students attending college. And this is what highlighting it as a longer longer term institutional challenge, isn't it? Longer term institutional challenge. Institutional challenge. Now, look at the option three and four. What Means what do they point? So in option 3, it is stated increased support for liberal arts programs. Now, if I look into that, the passage emphasizes the vulnerability of liberal arts program, doesn't mention um, increased support for them. So this would be again called as inaccurate. Option 4, a shift towards a more sustainable model for higher education. Although the passage mentions the struggle to establish a more sustainable model for higher education, it does not directly link with the enrollment cliff, right or not? Uh, Therefore, if you see that, means option 4 is also eliminated. Option 1, 3, 4 can be eliminated for the regions have been discussed, and option 2 would be the most appropriate as it is directly drawn from the fourth paragraph of the passage. Hope you understood this. So, hence the answer option should be option 2. That's all. Thank you. Let's move to the next question.